Hi guys, Marian here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm sharing 5 simple and easy ways to entertain your 1-year-old at home. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and you can subscribe to my channel down below and hit that red button. And if you want to see more of my day-to-day life with a 1-year-old, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Okay, so let's jump in. I have a little bit of a mix of activities, some of which your 1-year-old can do all by themselves or supervised by themselves, and it encourages independent play, and some of it is really interactive and kind of fills them up on that one-to-one time, early learning time, and that sort of thing. Okay, so my number 1 activity for 1-year-olds, this is my 1-year-old's absolute favorite activity, and that is doing dishes. So he loves playing with water, he loves holding the scrubbing brushes, and he loves to be able to touch real things in the kitchen. So what I like to do is I set him up by the sink, I put the faucet on just a tiny little trickle, and I give him some real brushes and real pots and pans and things that he can play with that won't break and won't be dangerous. He loves things that are really loud and heavy and that sort of thing. He's a real typical 1-year-old in that sense. So I just let him have whatever he wants that won't break and that will be safe for him. And this is one that he can do all by himself, but I do need to stand there and watch him because I don't want him to fall. If your 1-year-old is more willing than mine, you can definitely set up this same activity on the floor for them, maybe without the running faucet, but you could give them some water in a little bucket to play with. Again, you of course have to supervise them because water's involved, but you could probably be a little less hands-on. My 1-year-old loves being physically at the sink, and I think because he watches me do dishes a lot, he really likes to kind of emulate what I'm doing. So that will entertain him for a good 20 minutes, sometimes half an hour. Sometimes I'll even turn the sink off and he'll just play with like the water that's already in the sink, and that is totally fine for him. I usually don't use any soap, just water and brushes and different items around the kitchen that he wants to explore. I love sharing ideas for sensory bins for 1-year-olds. Sensory bins are just buckets basically with different items inside that encourage them to play independently and use their hands, build that dexterity, build that eye-hand coordination, and just play independently by themselves. One of my favorite things these days that my 1-year-old loves is rainbow rice. It's super colorful, it's super easy to make. All you need is vinegar, food coloring, and rice. And I'll insert some clips of the rainbow rice we have going on in our house, and I've got some funnels for it, and I'll put in different animals or cars or whatever my baby wants to play with at the time. This is another one they can do totally independently and just need to be supervised to make sure they're not eating the rice, but generally it doesn't taste very good, so if they try it once they probably won't do it again. But this is another favorite one of mine. The third activity I have is one of those that's best for focus interaction with your 1-year-old, and that is baby books. We have a new set that I'm absolutely loving. I'll put the link down below. It's from Amazon. It's so cute, and it focuses on early reading and shapes and colors and that sort of thing, so it's really great to practice with your baby. Not that they need to be experts in these things, but it's a chance to do some one-on-one time with them, some early learning with them, and my baby absolutely loves the bright colors and the pictures and everything in the book. My 4th tip is a take-apart cabinet. So this sounds a little funny, but if you have a 1-year-old, you know that their favorite thing to do, or at least the 1-year-olds I've raised, is to get into trouble, to do things they're not supposed to do. And for us, that means exploring little cabinets in my kitchen and taking absolutely everything out of them. That, I don't know why, is so exciting to a 1-year-old. They just love taking things apart, putting them back in, and that sort of process play. So what I've created in my kitchen is a take-apart cabinet where everything in it is safe, where they can explore and take everything in it out, and we just clean it up afterwards. It's no big deal. What I've done is made my snack cabinet our take-apart cabinet because it's full of little things, little snack packages that he can't open anyways, so the mess at least won't be too bad. It has different items and shapes that make different noises and, you know, feel different in his hands, and there's usually some snack bins so he can take the items in and out of the bins. He really likes doing that, and he thinks he's you know, being up to no good and getting away with something stinky, but really I've designed it for him so that he can have fun doing that. And that's a really good one if you need to cook or clean in the kitchen or something like that, because he's occupied and busy in a really safe way and doesn't require too much supervision. You know, as long as you're in the room, you know what he's got there to play with. So I really recommend creating one of those cabinets if you can. And my last idea for entertaining a one-year-old is something you can do together, and that is a sing-along. So I know in these days we're missing our music and baby classes and things like that, and something that I've found is that sometimes my baby loves doing Zoom classes and things like that with somebody singing, but sometimes it doesn't capture him in the same way. I have always loved the Sesame Street sing-alongs. I'll put a link to a playlist for you guys down below. We actually first discovered these when we were flying across the country with my older son when he was about 18 months, and he wasn't interested in watching any, actual screen time yet, but when I put on the Sesame Street music videos, he absolutely loved them, and they really captured his attention. So in these days, I know a lot of us are trying to screen time in a way that we wouldn't have otherwise, but it's just a necessity. But the Sesame Street sing-along videos always have good messages, and they're very bright and cheerful, so I tried to limit it, of course, but for sometimes we would just want like 20 minutes to dance around and sing and watch the videos. My one-year-old absolutely loves them. So those are my 5 ideas to entertain a one-year-old at home. All of them are super simple and easy. I hope that you guys liked this video. If you did, definitely give me a thumbs up to let me know. I would love it if you subscribe to my channel down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!